Now is our final round. We'd like to have this be the last group of questions, and we've done very well to this point.
Okay, so we're going to go to cap and trade, correct?
Correct.
Okay, to make sure. My question to the senator is, do you support offshore drilling and drilling for oil and water? Why or why not?
Drill here, drill now, drill everywhere. We can. You know, it is a crazy system that we have that we're not allowing more options wherever we can do it. My father is here tonight. He worked for the Atlantic Richfield up in the North Slope. That was a place that we were able to bring more oil into this country so we weren't dependent on foreign oil. He worked for that oil company and brought jobs, good jobs to this country. And now we have a Congress that cares more about restricting where we can drill than it cares about our own independence as a country. But I don't think we need to just stop with drilling. I think we also need to look at other forms of power. For example, nuclear power. We have an archaic system that's unique in all the world. Since Jimmy Carter, we have had a restriction put on spent fuel rods, recycling those spent fuel rods. That's insane. Why is it that we say that we love recycling, but when it comes to real recycling, we don't really support it at all? Even the French support that. It's kind of sad when we have to follow the French. The fact is that we are becoming more dependent on other countries, and a lot of those countries are very bad for our foreign policy. We're seeing what's happening with Saudi Arabia. We're seeing what's happening with other countries throughout the Middle East. We need to be expanding our options here in this country. But one of the things that we need to protect against is we need to let that expand through the free market. We should not be using these tax credits to encourage one energy sector that we like and punishing another sector that we don't like. That's what the current Congresswoman does. And that's why she gets so many of these earmarks from her friends in certain parts of the energy sector, because she supports their industry and she lets the government play winners and losers.
Thank you. Next.
Mr. Goss, Representative Giffords and Grijalva have introduced bills that would prohibit staking of mining claims, mineral leases, and geothermal projects on all federal land in Pima and Santa Cruz counties. This is essentially a response to the Rosemont mining venture. Are you for or against such a bill?
You know, this was asked of me at the Vail debate a couple of weeks ago, and I responded then that as a Sierra Vista resident and someone who was a little removed from the situation, that I wasn't as knowledgeable as I'd like to be on this topic. I've done my research over the last couple of weeks, and I've examined the statistics and the facts, and I do support this mine. And I'll tell you why. The life of this mine is going to be only 20 years, but it's going to be a state-of-the-art mine, and it's going to provide an average salary of about $60,000 a year to these workers. It's going to inject about $9.2 billion into the Arizona economy over the life of the mine. Now, you know, Senator Paton disagrees with the mine, and I respect his decision on this. A lot of people don't like the mine, but I think they don't like it because they don't understand. The Augusta Mining Company, I guess, which will be doing most of the work, they've guaranteed to replace 105% of the water that they use with cap water. Now, Senator Paton's concern is the cap. He doesn't trust his friends in California, I believe he said, to keep the water flowing. Well, they've already purchased a large portion of this water already for the first 7 or 9 years. The bottom line is, with 10% unemployment in the United States of America, and no prospects of it turning around until we take our Congress back in November, we've got to stick people back to work. People back to work means more tax revenue collected by the state of Arizona. It means we're going to start spending more in businesses and everywhere else. We're going to dig ourselves out of the hole that we're in. But we can't do that unless we put people back to work. So for this reason, I do support the Rosemont mine. Thank you.
All right.
Mr. Kelly, would you have gone to Copenhagen if Nancy Pelosi invited you? Why or why not?
If she asked me nicely, absolutely not. That Copenhagen trip was an embarrassment and a disgrace, another waste of taxpayer dollars, and anybody out there that doesn't think God has a sense of humor, 14 years it had been since Copenhagen got snow. It dumped on the global warming group in Copenhagen. And it's dumping on them again in Washington, D.C. You would think they'd learn by this point in time. Absolutely not. I would not have gone on that trip. We cannot continue these anti-growth, flat earth policies. Drill for oil, nuclear, let's get it all. Let's embrace energy. Let's power this economy. We can be energy independent. And the best way to do that, the best way to get off of foreign oil is domestic oil. Embrace everything we have as Americans. Stop letting the Sierra Club run our government. They have no place there. They are the minority, not the majority, but they're loud enough and they've scared our politicians into being scared of saying something about it. We need to elect the right people that will get these people out of our government. And I went off on a little bit of a tangent there. I'm sorry about that. But I'm sure Copenhagen is lovely this time of year, but no, I would not have gone. And certainly not with Nancy Pelosi. Thank you.